This is Armada by Fantasy Flight Games. It's a two-player miniatures game where you can control the Imperials and the Rebels, and they attack each other with these fantastical equipment, machines, ships, and fighters, and there's pilots inside, and they try to kill each other. And you just gotta go back and forth fighting. It's almost like HeroClix with, spaceships in space. They might as well be boats or something too, but they're not. It's Star Wars! And, yeah, there's cards and dice, and stuff like that, and Jaysen will probably explain a little more.
Carl's right. This is essentially a game about big boats and little boats having war with each other in a big boat battle. This game is going to be compared a lot to Fantasy Flight's other Star Wars ship game, the X-Wing Miniatures game. But let me assure you that they're actually quite different. While they do have similarities, X-Wing is about little ships moving quickly around. This is about big ships with different armor on different sides and different shields, and you might have a better chance of getting in around the back where there aren't very many shields, because at the front, not only is there a lot of firepower, as you would imagine on the front of a ship, but there's also higher shields in the front. And there are mechanics that involve taking shields from different sides, rerouting the shields. Move the shield from the front to the side, move the shield from the back to the side. Move the shields around in order to make it so you can protect your ships. Add to that there's this little mini-game going on with the squadrons, because they can engage each other, and that doesn't mean that they then have rights to things like taxes. I don't know. It just means that they can't move until they've killed one another. So in that way, you're always trying to block the other player from getting hits from their smaller ships on your bigger ships, and at the same time, the big ships are having their own slow-moving boat battle. And we'll talk a little bit more about the movement system next.
So, I'm going to tell you about how these ships move around. Basically, each ship has a card, and on every corresponding card it tells you their speed. And speed, the number that they give you, is the number of these segments that they can move at a time. And there are also other symbols that tell you how many times they can click these and where they can click them and where they go. And so each card has that, each ship has that. In addition, each card has a hull number, which is basically their health after the shield has been destroyed, and each side of the ship displays their shield for each side, which goes down, and then once it goes down, the hull gets hit. And you can attack with each ship. There's also values on the cards that tell you how many die and which type of die that you use to attack on each and every side of the ship, and it differs if you're attacking a ship or attacking a squadron attacking a squadron, or a squadron attacking a ship. So that's moving and attacking. And attacking, there's a little bit more in that. There's this thing that shows range, and see, for the squadrons, these little ships, this is how far they can shoot, really. It's just up to here, and those are die they can use. And this is how far they can move, potentially, for each section, depending on what number they get. And on the other side of this is how far the ships can fire. They'll tell you how far. Actually, they don't tell you how far, but basically, depending on how far you shoot is how many die of that color you can use when it shows it on the side that they're shooting from. That sounds confusing. Probably didn't understand a thing I said. Go read the directions. Yeah, but so it offers a lot of strategy and stuff like that. I think that's probably what Jaysen's going to talk about, how, all of this works together and how it plays and how fun it is. He's totally obsessed.
Now we're going to talk about Armada's shoddy box design. No, we're actually going to talk about kind of the little logistics of the game. See, every character and every ship has a card which gives them abilities. So as you're building your squadron, it's almost like a trading card game that you're really having to focus on, how many points is this worth, and is this guy worth it, and what ability does this give me, and do these abilities mesh together? Is this the ship I want? Is this the ship I want? Because, in truth, this game is a very collectible game. You're getting different pieces, you're buying all the pieces separately, and in doing that, you're getting all these different cards, and you only have 300 points to make let me explain. This ship, for example, is worth 13 points. You can see that down here. So as you build everything, but see this ship here is worth 51 points. So it all adds up quite quickly. And so you're trying to make sure that you get everything you need in there, but that it also kind of holds together, because at the end of the day, if your opponent takes out your biggest ship, they maybe just got themselves, along with your captains and admirals and everything, about 100 points, and you don't want to let them do that, so you need to have everything else working for you. You also have things like defense tokens, which you can spend during each attack to maybe have the damage, or maybe you want to reroute your shields, or maybe you're able to cancel one of their attack die. But these come at a cost, because you can only spend them once per round, and then if you spend them again, they're gone for the rest of the game. So you're constantly thinking the question, is it worth it? Is it worth it to send this in and possibly lose it? Is it worth it to use this token and maybe not get to use it again? Everything is one big strategy game, and you really do feel like an admiral of an armada as you dive in and damage your opponents and land critical hits on them. And you're always trying to plan 4 steps ahead, when in reality, everything changes every round, so you're constantly having to renegotiate what you want to do. And if you haven't figured it out yet, I really like this game. So, before we get into our final verdict, and I already said I really like this game, I want to throw out one really, really big complaint. It's probably the reason I didn't buy this game for a really long time.
Because I take a long time to make decisions.
Because Carl takes a long time to make decisions. No, my biggest problem with this game is that the game is meant to be played at 300 points, and you can't play a 300-point game out of the box. Look, I get that this is a game about expansions, but the fact that people had to, before expansions came out, we're saying like you need to buy 2 boxes to be able to really play. That's not okay. You would never see any other game release and it doesn't have its full. What is this, a board game in beta? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And I didn't buy this game for a long time because I hated the concept of buying an incomplete game. Now that expansions are out and I can buy, multiples of each ship, or, I can buy different ships and, like, really expand it.
Earthquake.
Earthquake. It's a little bit okay for me now, but honestly, right off the bat, I didn't want to have anything to do with this game because I hated that it was kind of missing the full game.
Yeah, I wasn't all about getting this game at all, actually. But Jaysen really, really wanted to get it because he kept hearing about it and all that stuff. We tried X-Wing and actually liked X-Wing. It was really fun. It's actually simpler than this. And I do still like X-Wing because of the simplicity. This has a little bit more to think about, and I took a long time to make decisions, so a game that probably would take an hour and a half would maybe take at least 3 hours, maybe, for me. No, it's kidding. No, it's not that bad, is it really?
Yeah, it's about true.
But we just played a game.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long that took, but...
about 4 hours.
Oh, no.
And we got to round 4.
No. What?
Yeah.
No way. He's lying.
We were filming in between that, though.
Anyways, what was my point? Yeah, it wasn't all about Armada, but now that we have and we're playing it, what can I do? We have it, so I better play it, right? It's enjoyable. It's fun.
That's all you have to say. It's enjoyable. It's fun.
The ships are really cool. I like how a lot of it works, but I don't like how you can't move backwards. I guess I understand it's like being on water. The ships move and they can't just stop. Even boats can stop in water.
Move backwards.
Yeah, but the big ships can't,
Yeah.
and I didn't like that. And so my ship actually got destroyed because it went off, the playing field, which is, I don't know how that happens, because I thought space was kind of like pretty much an ending, for the most part, at least in this universe that we think of. Yeah, so I didn't like not being able to move backwards.
That's your biggest complaint, you can't move backwards.
We didn't mention these command dials, which is it's an aspect that I didn't anticipate. In some of these ships, you have to figure out your moves in advance, whether or not you want to use engineering to fix something, or concentrated blast to have your firepower be advanced or better. And then there's also a squadron symbol to have your squadron do something, or you can have this directional thing, which is about changing your speed.
Your speed, yeah.
So you have to, do that in advance.
You have to plan a lot in advance, and depending on how big your ship is, that really is the basis of how far in advance you have to plan, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I love the game. I love the strategy of it. It's like a big chess brawling game, and I really like that. And there's just so much to think about. There's so much strategy. You really see when you've messed up, like you see what you did wrong pretty quickly.
What really adds to it is these cards that are included in expansions, which, you know, in addition to just the regular ship, you're adding like these special abilities, and you're adding characters, people to the actual ship.
They have like commanders and stuff, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and so it changes the game because it changes the rules of that ship. It changes its abilities, which means if you're playing with other people who have the same ship, it still would be different if they have a different commander, if they have different equipped cards. And, of course, their whole freaking squadron and fleet could be completely different, too.
Yeah.
So I think that adds a lot to it, and I think that's really cool. Otherwise, I think it would get it would get slightly stale if it was just the same ships
really,
over and over
with
without this variation of changing it up.
Yeah, well, I definitely say, I know the game is pricey, but get it on Amazon because it's a hugely discounted price on Amazon. If you buy this at a board game store, yeah, you'll be supporting the business, but it'll be $100. If you buy it on Amazon, it'll be anywhere from $50 to $60, and that's a pretty sizable difference. So if the price is what you're hung up on, get it on Amazon. I absolutely say buy it.
Well, you know, if you already have X-Wing and you like it,
yeah, you'll probably really like this.
Yeah, but I feel like, would you buy both? I don't know. And if you're not really into miniatures and you kind of don't think you would like X-Wing, then you definitely won't like this.
But if you are a Star Wars fan and miniature gaming appeals to you even the slightest bit, you'll probably really enjoy this.
And then again, if I was just going to get one, I might get this one only because it's the newer game, so you think that they're probably going to put more into it, have more expansions, and this will be expanded more because it's allowing for the bigger ships that they couldn't allow in X-Wing.
And it's also easier to get in now. Honestly, X-Wing's cool, but if I were to get into X-Wing now, I'd have to buy a ton of ships to catch up.
Well, whereas with this, if you want to get all of them, but...
right? With this, you can kind of just catch up. You can catch up really easily because there's only the game in Wave 1. So
but then again, there's a lot more people playing X-Wing now versus Armada. I don't know how many people are buying it because it is expensive.
Yeah.
So I don't know many people who are getting together to play it yet. So I don't know. If I had to get one, I really don't know. Like if I wasn't playing with other people and I just wanted it to play, then yes, I would get Armada because it has cooler and bigger, different ships. But if I was looking to play right now, X-Wing might be it. Unless things change. You don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have
you
to
might
see what
be
happens
watching
with
this 5
Wave
years
2,
from now,
and we'll see what happens.
Things will be
Yeah,
different.
well, hopefully we'll keep updated with like Wave 2.
Yeah,
we'll do videos
people
for
might
that too.
stop playing X-Wing and start playing this instead. Maybe they'll do some way to incorporate it. I really don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
So I may or may not buy it.
Oh, that's not really a review.
I probably wouldn't buy it.
But you would play it.
It costs too much.
If someone had it, you'd play it.
Yeah.
Yes. Great.
Yeah, it's cool. If I get it for free.
Okay. Anyway, check us out on Twitter. I'm at Cucamonga This is at carlkaholi. Please follow us on Instagram. I'll put our links right there.
Right.
And
are you still watching?
Like, subscribe, comment. We want to know what you guys think, and we love you very much. And please don't cancel us. I don't think that's even possible because YouTube can't really cancel us.
You gonna cancel me? Try it. Cancel me. Cancel me.
And we'll see you guys.
Don't try to cancel me.
Oh, we'll see you. Oh my. We'll see you guys next time. I'm not going to throw these because they'll break.
Yeah.
Bye.